Okay, good to see you guys. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it is now raining. And so I'm looking forward to seeing my Alaskans after class, the vista of the open sky for you guys. But it also means we had this kind of premature pitta coming in, this pitta. The summer seemed like it was arriving sooner, but we actually have a little longer period in the kapha season. So we get to really tend to our unctuousness, the earth and water combined. We call that unctuousness. Some people call it slippery or muddy. It depends on how you're looking at it. So we don't want the mind or the body to be slippery or muddy in a negative sense. But we do want unctuous, fluid, mobile, resilient. So let's please take a comfortable seat and we'll settle in to get started. You can rest your hands in your lap. Let your eyes close. And when you bring your awareness inward and downward, try to have a sense of your attention landing in the basin of the pelvis, which we spoke quite a bit about this past weekend, in the basin of the pelvis. As if the pelvis were a basin in nature somewhere where the water easily feels welcomed and accepted. We want this deep welcome also for the breath that is breathing your body. So to the extent that you can, release any unnecessary tension in the low belly so that the basin of the pelvis has this warm welcome to the breath. And sometimes that means as you're coming in and down, you're breathing into the pelvis, and I'm using the water element. So sometimes you have to notice, like, there's an interesting plant life. There's an interesting sort of emotion or an image or a nuance that presents itself to you. In the practice of yoga, we learn the art of welcoming, the art of allowing whatever is present, welcoming it to be what it is, without needing it to be different, and also knowing that it won't stay the same. So now as you're arriving more deeply in your body, start the breathing practice that helps you to be most upright in your spine. Reach up through the crown of your skull. But when you're rising up like that, please don't depart the hips, the pelvis, or the belly. And then you can bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. May our practice help us to connect inwardly to the teacher within us, that teacher which is already filled with wisdom, with a capacity for joy, with consciousness. May our practice help us to dispel darkness and to bring peace. May we realize the unconditional luminosity that doesn't need specific conditions to arise because it's already shining brightly, even if it's behind our cloud cover at the moment. So you may sing with me if you know this one. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Shanti Om Shanti Shanti Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. And sitting upright, please open your eyes, and we're going to practice a few minutes of pranayama. So what I'd like you to do is have a relatively upright seat. I'm going to move mine back slightly. I want you to have the room in front of you for this, and overhead, and out to the side like this. Okay, so when you first take your upright seat, again, I want you to be upright, but without kind of leaving home. So the pelvis, the pelvic basin still has your attention. Interlace your fingers. And then inhale, sweep your arms forward and slowly up overhead. Lengthen through your whole spine. And then exhale, press out to the sides of the room like you're clearing the windshield of the mind. Interlace your fingers again and inhale to go up. Smoothly pace the breath. First third, middle third, upper third. And then blowing out like a straw with a sound. Clasp your hands. Inhale slowly up. Include the breath in the back hemisphere of your body. Repeat that again, please. Breathing in through the nose. Last time, breathing in through the nose. Now rest a moment inside the echo of that. I'm going to ask you to clasp your hands again. Now we'll only breathe through the nose. And on the inhale, you're going to press the arms up again like this, keeping your hands clasped. When you exhale, turn the hands around and bring your head forward so the hands are well behind your head, maybe not even touching your head, and the elbows squeeze back. And then you're going to inhale to go up and also look up. Lift your heart, your sternum, and your collarbones. And exhale, turn the hands around, pull your hands way back, elbows behind, and the head comes down. Again, inhale to gaze up, lift your sternum, your collarbones, stretch the thumb side of the arms. And exhale, pull the hands wide, bring your shoulder blades in towards your spine, bow your head forward. And twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then release your hands, arms, shoulders, palms down to your lap. Sit upright and see to what extent movement here at the upper throat, the neck, the shoulders, how does it allow your mind now to go down, to reconnect to the pelvis? So the throat is a bridge, a gateway between the heart chakra and the sixth chakra, the vision chakra. But it's also a gateway for this energy we call Udana Vayu. And if this region is blocked, it can seem difficult to go back down, to come home. And it can also seem difficult for the heart to come up to the voice and up to your vision. So please come up to standing now. And I'll get my microphone, my water glass. And thank you, Susie, for moving us to the phone camera when you can. I'd like you to have a yoga strap and to put a small loop in the strap, like this. Okay, so that loop is going to be your shoulder width, something like so. Right, so you can see that's as wide as my shoulders. Right, and I'd like you to raise this up without hitting yourself in the face with the strap. So you go inhale up and press your wrists out against the strap so that it's really strong. What you're doing with the arms is not just a like lazy effort or a casual effort. Make it strong. Lift your rib cage, lift your heart. As you root your tailbone, begin to gaze upwards from your heart, your sternum, your collarbones, and your eyes. Okay, and then exhale, bend the elbows, catch the strap behind so your head comes down, just like we did a moment ago, though the hands were clasped. And then inhale, slide your arms up as you're reaching up. Lift your sternum, your collarbones, and your eyes. And then exhale, bend the elbows, pull them wide. The strap can come down behind your head. You're not touching the back of your head here. Inhale to go up. And exhale to glide down. And one more time, inhale to glide up. And exhale to glide down. And take your strap over your head so it doesn't hit you in the head. Catch it with one hand and relax both arms down. And just notice again any changes in the bridge of the throat that lets you come down into your pelvis, into the home of your pelvis. And then take the same strap and put it around behind the small of your back. Place your wrists in there so your palms are going to face each other, like this. Okay, on the inhale, little standing back bend, so root down through your tailbone, energize your legs, lift up through your heart, slide your shoulders back. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can also lift your gaze. When you exhale, lift your chest, bring your torso forward, bend the knees if you need to, but keep your legs strong as you come over. Inhale, glide your heart forward like a curtain on a breeze in a window. And exhale to deeply bow towards your legs. The breeze draws the curtain back towards the screen. Inhale to rise up. First, find the pelvic floor and heels, then lift your spine up and come into a standing back bend. And exhale, up and over. Please keep your legs stable and strong, even if you bend your knees. Inhale, glide your heart forward. And exhale to deeply bow towards your legs. It's okay to bend the knees. Put your body weight in your heels if you need to. And then inhale, rise up. So root into your heels, level the pelvic floor so your spine goes up before you go into a back bend. And this back bend, the hips don't actually go forward. And then bring yourself upright. Catch the strap in one hand and let both arms dangle. And notice what is happening inside, what's moving. Where is there effervescence? And how is the connection for your mind now to kind of go down to the submarine of the pelvis, as I called it once a long time back? And then please take the strap, part of your strap, not the loop, but the strap. Take both hands forward. Inhale, let's go up. Go ahead and exhale, slide your hands apart and come down. Make the hands as wide as you need to on the strap to support your shoulders. Yeah, there you go. So the elbows can be straight or they could be a little bit bent. For some of you, that's going to make more sense, particularly if your elbows are capable of hyperextension. Root down through your tailbone. And again, I want the legs to be steady here, so you go up through the heart, and there's a little back bend in the upper body. And you're looking for that back bend to be about the heart, and then your throat, and then your eyes. And then bring yourself upright, what you consider that to be upright. Slide your hands away from each other on the strap, and as you come down to Uttanasana, set your strap aside. Relax the weight of your head. You might let it explore a little bit, front to back, side to side. And then energize your legs and let your mind become very still inside your body. Bring the breath down into your lower pelvis and check in now to see if the pelvis were a basin where water would be welcomed in nature. How welcomed does the breath feel in your body just now? And keeping a sense of the importance of that welcome, please walk your hands forward to downward dog pose. Walk your feet back to downward dog pose. And let's set this downward dog pose up to be relatively still. So it's your stable downward dog. That's going to give you a chance to really then observe what is happening with the warm welcome, the deep receptivity of the pelvic bowl to the breath. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Notice how your body receives the breath like one form of teacher. It gives you information about yourself. Your breath can also be a guide. And as you elicit a little smoother, longer breath cycle, the inner teacher is able to quiet your mind and bring you into the present moment. And with your next inhale, please come forward to plank pose, a pose of strength and stamina. Isometrically press your 2 feet towards each other and do the same for your hands. So they're pressing in towards the center line of your yoga mat. And then broaden the back of your waist and see if the pelvis can be really receptive to the breath. You do want tone across the front low belly. You do not want tightness inside the belly. Satchidananda Murtaye. Your body in plank pose should be breathable enough to sing. And as you next exhale, touch your knees lightly down. So you're going to come to table pose. And then I'd like you to keep your right hand just where it is in table pose. Step your left hand well forward of your right. Press your fingertips into the floor like the cat's claws. And as you reach back with your hips, touch your right elbow down to the floor. Do not go all the way back to child's pose with your hips, please. This is more like puppy dog pose. And I'm going to ask you to release the weight of your head, relax your neck and shoulders, but keep the left arm enthusiastic and long. And take a deep breath down the left side of your waist. You press into your right hand. Inhale, rise up to table pose. Now, same thing, left hand is going to be our focus, but take your left hand forward of your right hand on your yoga mat. Turn to the back of your left hand. And as you come down, you're going to be on this diagonal. So bring your left forearm down to the floor. Rest your head on your left upper arm. And swivel your feet and your hips to your right. So you've increased the side bend on the left side waist. Take a deep breath into your left outer chest, left rib cage, left low belly, left lower back. With your right hand firmly on the floor, you can add a little twist of your upper body to the right. And then press into your right hand, return to table pose. We're going to keep working with the left hand. So now take your left hand under your right arm, reach it all the way through, come to the back of your left hand, the back of your left wrist. Maybe the back of your shoulder finds the floor. And as you press down into your right hand, twist your upper body to your right. So while we're actively twisting the chest and heart to the right, you do need the right hand to be strong on the floor. We want your head to be comfortably supported. And for some of you, the back of the left shoulder will easily find the floor, whereas others, it's helpful to put a folded blanket under your left arm. Okay, with your exhale, press down into your right hand, return to table pose. Okay, there's one more twist in the sequence. So we're kind of tracing the face of the clock here. And you started at noon, now we're going to go towards 6 o'clock. So step backwards with your right foot, that's called one-footed plank pose. So I'll do it on the diagonal, looks like this. You step the right foot back, take the left hand under, and reach towards your right foot. Walk your right hand around your head. And as you're twisting your upper body to your right, you can bring the left hand in a position to hold your right ankle, and maybe the right knee rests on the left upper arm. This is a deep version of thread the needle pose. This is what people think of when they think of the pretzel poses of yoga. Okay, glide your right leg back. Walk your right hand around towards your head. Press into your right hand and return to table pose. And then let's go backwards to child's pose and make a little stack of your two fists like this, one fist on top of the other, to come into child's pose with your head supported. And notice how your body receives the breath, like how does it get down past the throat and to be warmly welcomed, receptive, deeply invited into the pelvic bowl. Okay, and then bring yourself forward to table pose. We have to do the other side of our sequence today. We should not wait until tomorrow or Friday. So take your right hand up to sort of like noon. Press your fingertips into the floor. Reach back with your left elbow to the floor. The hips are like puppy dog pose. They are not in child's pose. Relax the weight of your head. And let the breath come into the right hemisphere of the body. Expand like a parachute from the inside. Then pressing into your left hand, inhale, return to table pose. Now same hand, but take your right hand forward of your left, turn to the back of your right hand. And as you come down to the back of your wrist, your forearm, your elbow, rest your head near to your upper arm or on it. And swivel your feet and your hips to your left. So this is a side bend for the torso, including your lower back. It is also a twist of your upper body to the left. And see how the breath might be welcomed a little bit more into your right lower back, right side waist. Then press into your left hand and return to table pose. Now we'll be going under, so the left hand stays put. Bring your right arm under, over towards what would be, let's say 9 o'clock on the face of the clock. So you're at the back of your right hand, the back of your right wrist. And as you twist your upper body to your left, press down through your left hand and your right shoulder. And again, for some of you, it's going to make sense to put a blanket on the floor for your right shoulder, right upper arm. As you're twisting the upper body to your left, and keep both knees equally grounded. There is a tendency for your body weight to get lighter in the left knee than the right knee. Then as you next inhale, press down into your left hand, return to table pose, and now I'll go on the diagonal because it's the most interesting of the three twists. I gotta move I have so much hair right now, I have to move it out of the way. So step your left toes back and take the right hand under, reach towards your left foot. So you can be on the back of your right hand, the back of your wrist, the back of your shoulder. Walk your left hand around your head and bring your left knee down where your right hand may be there to hold your left foot. And as you're breathing in, try to make the breath rhythmic and smooth, nourishing. And then step your left foot back to plank pose, press into your left hand, glide yourself up to table. And let's go back once more to child's pose. You can make a little stack of the fist like this for your head to rest on. And try to feel what's been opening across the back of the throat, the back of the neck, the back of the heart. What is happening there? My hope is that you're going to feel more spacious. The breath easily passes through the bridge, the gateway of the throat. And that you can take this with you into a standing sequence that we're going to do into the pelvis. So please walk your hands back towards your knees. And let's come up to standing with both yoga blocks. You'll find that your glasses are just very easily made dirty by seemingly nothing. Okay, let's put the two blocks. This is for Surya Namaskar. And this sun salutation is going to include eagle pose to the best of your ability. If you have a hip replacement like I do, when you cross into eagle pose, you're probably not wrapping completely around. The ankle won't wrap around the other ankle completely. It's okay. It's all yoga. Bring your hands together, please. So notice how you're feeling to have unwound the upper part of your chest, upper back, neck and throat. How does the throat feel? And then inhale, sweep your hands down, wide and up. Please look up. And exhale, sit down to chair pose. Your hands can be shoulder width apart. Inhale, rise up to left knee to chest, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, bend your right knee, wrap your left knee over your right, and then your right elbow over your left. And come into eagle pose, just to the best of your ability. So your eagle pose, it's okay if the foot doesn't stack, it's okay if you put it on the block right there. Your hands and arms can stay woven. I'm just looking at you right now. So I'll do this. Yeah. So this is a compact pose. It's actually a heat producing pose. And then it's a heat releasing pose. So root down, and then we're going to take flight. So unwind your arms, unwind your legs, lift your left knee up to your chest. And then exhale and glide down to chair pose. Inhale, rise up, press into your left heel, pick up your right knee. And then exhale, bend your left knee so you can cross your right knee over your left. Weave the arms so your left elbow is going to be on top. As you come down, you might choose to bring your elbows down to your knees. Even though you have the knees crossed, try to keep your left knee pointing sort of straight on. So your right knee is not swiveling your left knee to the right side of the room. Check in with your left outer hip here. It should feel toned. And then you're going to unwind, spread your wings. Inhale, press into your left heel. Come up with your right knee to your chest. And then exhale and place your right foot down, chair pose. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, deep bow to Uttanasana as part of Surya Namaskar. Inhale, glide forward through your heart. Lift the base of your skull. Exhale, left foot straight back, crescent lunge. Inhale to rise. Okay, exhale to descend, airplane pose. Just the airplane pose. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Press from your right hip into your right heel and big toe. Exhale, airplane pose. Inhale to rise. You're doing great. Last one, airplane pose. Thank you, everyone. Let's please touch the two blocks. Step your left foot forward, Uttanasana. Enjoy a deep bow towards your legs and a complete exhalation. Inhale, glide forward. Right toes back. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, bow forward, airplane pose. Like you're closing a bellows. Exhale completely, don't collapse onto your left hip. Inhale, rise up, use the strength of your left outer hip, outer heel, big toe. Exhale, airplane pose. Inhale to rise, upward hand pose. Exhale, airplane pose, last one. Touch the two blocks and please step backwards to downward dog pose with your hands elevated. And then inhale and come forward to plank pose. Once again, press your feet isometrically towards each other. Make the midline of the legs strong. The feet aren't touching one another, they can be hip distance apart. But I do want you to sense your inner thighs support the infrastructure of your pose. Notice how receptive your pelvis is to receiving your inhale. And then as you next exhale, lower your right knee to the floor so it's like 1 foot, 1 knee plank pose. Press into your left hand, please. Inhale, twist to your right. And then exhale and bring your right hand down, plank pose. Touch your left knee down, 1 foot, 1 knee plank pose. Inhale, twist to your left. We exhale, plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee slowly down. Keep your left arm strong. Inhale, twist to your right. Don't bend the left elbow, please. Exhale, return to plank. Inhale. Exhale, left knee down. Complete the exhale, then inhale, twist to your left. And exhale, return to plank. Inhale, reach high, downward facing dog pose. Now please step 1 foot forward between your blocks, then step the other foot forward between your blocks. Release your torso to Uttanasana. And inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Wonderful job, good. Exhale your hands to your heart. And notice the heat in your body. The heat that you are generating. This is part of the practice we call tapas. It means that sometimes the practice is heating for the purpose of purification or resolution. And please release both hands. And I'm going to ask you to come down, and we're going to work a little bit with pranayama right now. So if you can come down to take a kneeling seat, please. You can take your block to zazen, like this. Rest both hands, palms face down. Close your eyes. Notice now how receptive the pelvis is to the breath, and also how your mind, is it able to come down past the throat, past the heart, down lower than the solar plexus to reside in the pelvis, to come into your home base. Let everything get very quiet inside. Bring your right hand, so the first 2 fingers come into the center of your palm. Bring your right hand up for Nadi Shodhana. So what we're going to do is, first we will close one nostril completely and open the other one very freely. And then we will incrementally make a smaller opening for the nostril through which you're breathing. You can do like half or 3/4 or 1/4, you can decide. But let's start with both inhale and exhale nostril are going to be open and the other nostril is closed. So please close the right and inhale left side only. Then close the left, exhale right. Now inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Keeping the left open, inhale left side. Close the left, right side open as you exhale right. Inhale right side. Then close the right, exhale left, and at the end of the exhale, close the left nostril just partially, and then inhale left side. Then close the left nostril, open the right only partially, and exhale right side. Keeping it partially open, inhale right. Close the right, partially open the left, exhale left side. And then do that for 2 breath cycles more, which is 1 more complete round of Nadi Shodhana. When you finish the next exhale, left nostril, then rest your hands both in your lap. You can make a small bowl of the 2 hands and imagine that representing the place where your mind now rests in the center of the palms. And try to keep your mind resting there as if in the center of the palms is a small, beautiful bowl of water. And it becomes very still and very reflective. Invite your mind to become very still in this tiny basin of water in the palms. Now please take both blocks and put one block on the medium setting like this for both shoulder blades and the other block on the tall setting for the head. This is a transitional position towards your Shavasana, so you can also get what you want for your Shavasana. So the base of the shoulder blades, the bottom corners of the shoulder blades, goes at the first edge of the block. So the base of my shoulder blades is, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's my hand, you can see. So that's where the bottom of my shoulder blades are. And then the head. Let's keep the knees bent. Take the arms out to the side. If your elbows don't reach the floor comfortably, that is okay. You can bring them closer or change the position, like how low down the arms go. Try to go towards sideways as much as you're able to, but without straining. And picture the mind going from the head region down through the bridgeway of the throat. The mind goes down through the heart. Like a little waterfall, it goes down into the pelvis. To come back home. And try to rest your mind in the pelvis, looking for a place of inner stillness in the waters of the pelvis. Keeping your mind at home in the pelvis, what you can do is place your hands. I like to do it gently under the hips. Stretch one leg straight. Rise up to sitting. Put the blocks aside. Right knee to your chest. Momentary twist to the right. Notice how things are feeling. Left knee to the chest. Momentary twist to your left. Bring it back to center and roll down to your Shavasana. So the sequences when I'm teaching, there is a medicine involved. There's chakras and vayus and doshas and koshas. Leave that aside, you don't need to think about it. But I do want you to sense now the medicine that your body is replenished by as you rest in Shavasana. So you can have your awareness start at the forehead and imagine these tiny ripples as if on the water. And right behind the forehead, the pineal gland really relaxing, the master gland of the body. And then bring your mind down into the back of your throat, into the region of the throat. And imagine the thyroid gland, like ripples on the water. The thyroid is also becoming reflective and free from urgency. And imagine this also for your heart, in the center of your chest. That the ripples on the surface of the water, they become very smooth. Into the organ of the stomach. Allow the urgency or distraction of the stomach. The ripples can also become very smooth. And your mind is able to arrive back into the pelvic basin. And rest your mind there as if at the center of the deep, clear water. Rest your mind there, even though the breath is coming and going. Allow your mind to rest in one quiet place, the center of the deep belly. And all around this spot, the ripples fade and the water becomes more and more clear. Let your mind become even more deeply still in the center of the pelvis. Even though the body may feel quite both grounded and alive, let your mind be deeply still. And as the mind remains deeply still, just very slightly welcome the breath. It does not need to cause the mind to move. And you may gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. When you're ready to, you can bend one knee at a time. And roll to your side and give yourself the deep blessing of coming up to a seat you can rest in to feel the effectiveness of your practice. And just come to a simple seat and don't let the mind go far from home. And bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. You can try singing with me. This actually is singing through the chakras. I'll sing the call and the response. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Sachidananda Motaya. Sachidananda Motaya. Nishpapanchaya Shantaya. Nishpapanchaya Shantaya. Niralambayo. Niralambayo. Tejase. Tejase. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. Okay, I will come to visit with you for